Something is coming. It has no light. It makes no sound. It bends space itself around its body as it moves through the galaxy. And right now, scientists believe one of these invisible cosmic monsters may be drifting in our general direction. A rogue black hole, not orbiting anything, not bound to any star system, just wandering freely through the Milky Way, consuming everything in its path. And here is the part that should make you stop and think. We would not see it coming until it was almost too late. Welcome to one of the most terrifying and fascinating thought experiments in modern astrophysics. What would actually happen if a rogue black hole were confirmed to be approaching our solar system? How much warning would we get? And is there any realistic version of humanity surviving something like that? Let us start with what a rogue black hole actually is. Most black holes we know about are anchored. They sit at the center of galaxies, or they orbit companion stars and binary systems. But when massive stars explode as supernovae, the resulting black hole can sometimes receive what scientists call a natal kick, a powerful asymmetric blast that launches it out of its birth system at hundreds of kilometers per second. These are rogue black holes, invisible, unanchored, moving through interstellar space with nothing to slow them down. The Milky Way is estimated to contain anywhere from 10 million to 1 billion of these stellar mass rogue black holes. They are everywhere. They are silent. And most of the time, they pass through without us ever knowing. But what if one had our name on it? Here is how detection would actually work. We would not see the black hole itself. We never can. What we would detect are its gravitational effects. As it approached, it would begin to bend and distort the light of stars behind it through a process called gravitational microlensing. Astronomers would notice stars appearing to brighten and shift in ways that cannot be explained by anything visible. Advanced observatories like the Vera Rubin Observatory and future space telescopes would flag the anomaly. Then the calculations would begin. And when the numbers came back, when scientists confirmed a massive, invisible object on a collision course with our solar system, that would be the moment everything changed forever. The timeline matters enormously here. If humanity had 100 years of warning, which is considered a best-case scenario, what would we actually do? The first decade would be confirmation and chaos. Governments would attempt to control the information, fail, and then scramble to build global coalitions. The United Nations would establish something like a planetary evacuation authority. Scientists would begin calculating not just the trajectory of the black hole, but the precise sequence of gravitational disruption it would cause long before it ever reached us. Because here is the thing, a rogue black hole does not need to hit Earth directly to destroy us. Even passing through the outer solar system could destabilize planetary orbits, trigger massive comet and asteroid showers, and ultimately strip Earth of its atmosphere over decades. By year 20, the engineering would begin on a scale never attempted in human history. Generation ships, massive spacecraft designed to sustain thousands of people across multiple generations, would be the cornerstone of any real evacuation plan. Not the sleek vessels of science fiction, but enormous, slow, self-sustaining habitats. Rotating cylinders producing artificial gravity. Nuclear pulse propulsion systems. Closed-loop ecosystems. The nearest potentially habitable star system, Proxima Centauri, sits 4.2 light-years away. Even with the most advanced propulsion we can theoretically build today, a journey there would take roughly 1,000 years. Which means the people who board those ships would never arrive. Their great-great-grandchildren might. By year 50, the global population would face a truth that no political system is designed to handle. There is not enough room. There is not enough time. There is not enough material or energy to build ships for 8 billion people. Decisions would have to be made about who goes. Scientists, engineers, doctors, geneticists, farmers, teachers, the seeds of a civilization rather than a civilization itself. The ethical weight of those choices is almost incomprehensible. By year 80, the effects of the approaching black hole would already be measurable in our solar system. The orbits of outer planets would begin to shift. The Oort cloud, the vast shell of icy bodies surrounding our solar system, would be violently disturbed, sending a cascade of comets inward toward the inner planets. The sky would change. And Earth, already being evacuated in waves, would begin to feel gravitational anomalies in its own orbit. By year 100, the final ships would be departing. And those left behind, the vast majority of humanity, would face the end of their world not with a bang from the black hole itself, but through the slow, grinding destruction of everything that made Earth livable. Atmospheric loss, gravitational chaos, The sun itself potentially being pulled from its current position, disrupting the delicate energy balance that all life on Earth depends on. Here is what this thought experiment reveals about us as a species. We are simultaneously the most remarkable and most fragile thing in the known universe. We have built civilizations, mapped the cosmos, and split the atom. But we exist on a single pale blue dot in a galaxy filled with invisible killers we cannot yet see coming. The rogue black hole scenario is not just a disaster story. It is a mirror held up to humanity, asking us whether we are serious about becoming a multiplanetary species before the universe forces the question on us. The stars are not waiting for us to be ready, and neither is the darkness moving between them.